Ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania 41 just ended, and it was a mixed bag with some things that a lot of people disliked, things a lot of people loved. And I'm here to grade every single match with the letters A, B, C, D, and F. So pretty much just school grades. And I know you guys aren't dumb, so you guys know that A is the best, F is the worst. Let's get right into it. All right, to kick off WrestleMania 41, we have Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. So Jey got this match because he won the most stacked Royal Rumble of all time, which was a controversial decision by the WWE that some people liked, some people did not like. I was one of those people that just wanted to see where it went. And leading into WrestleMania, this feud was not good. I'll just say that. Like, they did not do much to build the intrigue in this feud. It didn't feel personal whatsoever. Then they brought Jimmy Uso into it, and they had Gunther beat down Jimmy, and it brought all the emotion out of Jey, and the audience could finally connect to this story emotionally and root for Jey as an underdog, where before there was no emotional intrigue. So the match itself, it's pretty decent. Like, it's a decent Gunther match, but it's a good Jey Uso match. Because last year at WrestleMania, Jey Uso put on a stink fest with his brother. So this is a great improvement. And Jey Uso did more moves than just his regular super kick, spear, splash. He actually brought other moves out. He was hitting suplexes on Gunther, power bombs. He was going chop for chop and clothesline for clothesline with Gunther. And Gunther was getting his regular offense in, but it did kind of seem like they struggled to get into the next gear of the match. It's like they were stuck at the exact same pace throughout the whole match, and they couldn't really get past it. So it just stayed at that pretty decent level, kind of. And the ending came when Jey hit a splash from all of the corners in the ring and then locked in the sleeper on Gunther. And Gunther ended up tapping like almost instantly. And some people are saying it made Gunther look weak. I don't really see it that way, considering Gunther just ate a bunch of finishers. And anyways, Gunther's going to be fine. He just signed a new contract and everything and was just world champion. So it's not like Gunther's buried. And it was mainly just to give us that big moment of Jey finally winning the world championship. And it was a beautiful moment with Jey celebrating. So overall, I would give this match a B. Next, let's talk about the War Raiders versus the New Day for the tag team championships. Now, this match had zero build. Like, why was this match on WrestleMania? So I thought it was on WrestleMania because we could get a return of Big E. Like, that is the WrestleMania moment. Because they left the SmackDown Tag Team Championship TLC match off this card so that they could put it on SmackDown after they built up that tag team division so well, and it made no sense. So I thought there would just be a big surprise in this match, but no, literally nothing, just a decent match, but nothing special. Like, why was this on the WrestleMania card while the SmackDown TLC tag match is going to be on SmackDown after WrestleMania? That should have been on WrestleMania. This match is pretty decent. Like, it's actually pretty good, but it's just there's no hype to it, and there was no reason for it to be on the Mania card. So because it is actually a good match, but just nothing to note, I will give it a B minus. Next, we have Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Now, as a traditional feud, like, no titles, no stakes on the line, just two people that really dislike each other. This is one of the best builds of this WrestleMania. So what happened was Jade Cargill got attacked in the parking lot. It ended up being Naomi. Jade attacked Naomi in the Elimination Chamber, and then they just started feuding. And this match, at first, it was kind of like we knew it was a good build, but we didn't think the match would be that good. We thought it would just be like average or something because from what we've seen, Jade Cargill has been limited in the ring, and Naomi didn't really seem like someone who was going to be able to carry a person as new as Jade Cargill in a match at WrestleMania. But these two actually have great chemistry. They were able to catch each other through different moves. Like, Jade caught Naomi midair into a jackhammer, and Naomi was just doing her classic offense. So this was a surprisingly very competitive match instead of just like a 5-minute match where Jade just gets to showcase her power. So these two both came out looking significantly better than they did before coming into this match. I would give this match a B as well. And for the United States Championship, we have LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. So this match was significantly better than I expected. I did not think that these two would have that great of chemistry. I also thought this would just be a 5-minute match where Jacob gets all of his offense in and pins LA Knight to win the title. Well, if Jacob Fatu won, that's what I thought, because I actually thought LA Knight was going to win. But I thought that if Jacob won, it would just be like a 5-minute match. And then if LA Knight won, it'd just be solo interference. But these two had great chemistry. Jacob Fatu is just a freak of nature. And LA Knight was able to hang in there and have a competitive match against Jacob Fatu. My favorite spot of this match is easily that BFT out of nowhere when Jacob Fatu goes for his moonsault. Like, it's crazy that you can hit a BFT like that, but it looked great. And then Jacob Fatu ends up winning the match. And they made Jacob Fatu an instant star while making LA Knight look strong in a loss. I give this match a B+, easily the best match of the night so far. Next, we have El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. So at first, this was supposed to be El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio, but Rey Mysterio got injured the SmackDown before WrestleMania, so Rey Fenix ended up filling in. So this is like a classic Lucha Libre match, a lot of high-flying moves. Like, Rey Fenix looked great for his WrestleMania debut. Extremely impressive. And then El Grande Americano is able to mix in that luchador style. He's flying all around, but then he can mix in that technical wrestling with the suplexes and all the slams. And then the headbutts and everything. So these two were able to mix together really well with their different styles. And it made for a very entertaining match. Now, they didn't really get a lot of time, so they couldn't kick into the next gear. But for the time they had, it was very entertaining. And they were able to string together a lot of cool sequences. It was very fast-paced for the short time they had. I will give this match a B. If they could have had more time, it could have easily been a B+ had they gotten like an extra 5 minutes or so. Next, for the WWE Women's Championship, we have Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. This match is very sloppy, like a lot of botches. These two did not look like they wanted to work together, and it seemed that way leading into the match too with their promos. Like, these two do not have great chemistry. The sequences looked sloppy, like nothing seemed to be stringing together in terms of sequences throughout the match, and it just was not entertaining. It was a rough watch to get through. There was no cohesion with each other, nothing like of note throughout the match, and it kind of seemed like Charlotte was sandbagging. Like, Tiffany would try to lift her up and she would just go limp, not even helping Tiffany get through the matches or the moves. I would give this match a D+. It is not enjoyable whatsoever. That might be a little bit harsh, but to me, in my opinion, I just could not find any enjoyment watching this match. It was very sloppy, and these two did not have great chemistry. In the Night 1 main event, we have Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. This is an amazing match. Like, this match carried Night 1, because without this match, this show is very average, and a lot of these matches could have just been on like a Raw or SmackDown, and no one would have said anything. Triple threat matches are my absolute favorite match type, and this match shows why. These guys all have great chemistry together, so you put them in a match together where they're all in the ring. You just get magic. The sequences throughout the match are great, and they all work together very well throughout the match. The match starts off with CM Punk and Seth Rollins fighting throughout the crowd until Roman Reigns interrupts them. And then once they get back into the ring, this match just becomes absolute chaos. Big finishers, big moves, and sometimes the finisher kickouts could get a bit much, but it worked for the story, and it made it very entertaining. They teased the Shield Bomb, and Roman was like, nope, and then he just hit Seth Rollins, hit the power bomb on both of them, hits the spear on Seth, Seth kicks out, and then we get to the moment where Paul Heyman has to make a choice between CM Punk and Roman Reigns. He gives the chair over to CM Punk, and then when CM Punk goes to hit Roman with the chair, low blow to CM Punk by Paul Heyman. And then Roman thinks that Paul Heyman's back on his side, but no, low blow to Roman Reigns as well. And then Seth Rollins stomps Roman Reigns after hitting him with the chair. 1, 2, 3, Seth Rollins pins Roman Reigns to win in the Night 1 main event. And Paul Heyman sides with Seth Rollins as they walk away. Absolutely amazing match. Easily the best match of the night. Possibly the best match of WrestleMania weekend. I give this match an easy A+. Now, moving on to Night 2, we kick things off with an absolute bang. We have the Triple Threat Women's World Championship match between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. So, back-to-back, pretty much triple threat matches, and they are both absolutely amazing. This triple threat is an incredible way to kick off any WrestleMania. Easily one of the greatest WrestleMania openers of all time. Constant action throughout. It's like you blink and you're going to miss something. Like, my heart rate was just rising up throughout this match. And all these three women have great chemistry together, and it allowed for all the sequences in this match to be absolutely beautiful. Like, there's not really a moment where anyone's resting and it's just a one-on-one match. It's just constant moves against each other. You have Io Sky's high-flying moves. Bianca Belair is just extremely athletic throughout the whole match, and Ripley is just strong. Io Sky picks up the win after Bianca Belair hits the KOD on Rhea Ripley, and then Io Sky hits the over the moonsault on both of them and pins Bianca Belair. So then this match is just absolutely amazing. Like, this is probably one of the matches I would go back to this Mania just to rewatch. I give this match an easy A+ as well. Next, we have Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Now, going into this match, this build is pretty weird. So when this match was like first being teased to happen and then eventually announced to happen, nobody won in this match. I mean nobody, because Drew McIntyre had the greatest year of his whole career in 2024. And we would just expected to have a big Mania match for him. Like, he could have went against Punk, Seth, or Roman. And the Roman match was highly teased because he was like the Bloodline bounty hunter. But then that just seemed to go nowhere. And then he got Damian Priest, which is no offense to Damian Priest, but like, he's not on the level of those big main eventers. But they did a great job of making this a personal feud. And I was very entertained by the build of this match. And they got me interested. And they made it a street fight, which was definitely needed because this stipulation elevated this match to where we actually cared. And the match itself was very fun. A lot of big moments. They got straight to the fighting. Nothing boring in this match, which is exactly what it needed, because if they just went like pure wrestling at the beginning, it definitely would have made it a bit lackluster, considering this needed to be like a big fight type of match. They got the weapons right away. The tables were out. The big spot was when Damian Priest went for old school. Drew pushes him out the ring through 2 tables. And then when Damian comes back into the ring, Claymore on through a chair in the corner of the ring. And then the perfect result, Drew McIntyre beating Damian Priest, which was definitely needed. I give this match, surprisingly, an A-, which is crazy for a match I didn't really have high expectations for like a couple months ago, but then it just built up to it. So an A-, great street fight. Then we have an absolute car crash of a match in the Fatal 4 between Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Like, this match is absolutely insane. Braun Breaker is a freak of nature. He was just destroying everyone throughout the match. He killed Carlito again by spearing him from one announce table to the next. And that was just a crazy spot. He's doing Hurricane Rana, spearing everybody. And then Penta is just like a crazy luchador. Like, he's a different type of luchador. He has like power, but then he's high flying. Canadian, Mexican destroyers all over the place. And then Finn Balor is obviously just there to be pin Balor and take the pin, but he still looked good in this match. And the crowning moment of Dominic Mysterio as he wins his first main roster singles championship. So Finn Balor hits the coup de grace on Braun Breaker, and then Dominic splashes Finn Balor to get the win. This is just a great match overall. Everyone looked good in this match. And this is another one of those matches where my heart rate is just rising up because there is no time for a break in this match. It's just constant, high-paced action that ends with the perfect result in Dominic Mysterio winning in slimy heel fashion. I give this match an A. So far, this night of WrestleMania could do no wrong. They were 3 for 3 on banging matches. Next, answering Randy Orton's open challenge, Joe Hendry goes against Randy Orton. Now, this is pretty much just a squash match where Joe Hendry gets a couple minutes of offense, is able to do his taunt, and then gets hit with an RKO. Not much to say. It's kind of just there for the moment. Randy Orton does the Joe Hendry taunt, so that is something. And I just give this match like a D-. Like, nothing special. It's kind of just there for a WrestleMania moment for Joe Hendry to walk out with the TNA Championship at WrestleMania and go against Randy Orton. Next, Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. This is like the first traditional wrestling match that we got the entire night. And it was all right, to be honest. For like a Logan Paul WrestleMania match, I expected a bit more because there wasn't that one big spot that we always expect in a Logan Paul match. It's kind of just like a technical wrestling match. And it wasn't even like, it wasn't bad. It was pretty average because Logan Paul dominated the whole match. AJ Styles got a little bit of offense in, but for the most part, it's just Logan Paul. Logan Paul hits a Styles Clash on AJ Styles. AJ hits his own Styles Clash. They're both down. And then Karrion Kross comes out to interrupt Jeff, who's Logan Paul's friend, giving him the brass knuckles. He interrupts Jeff from giving him the brass knuckles. And then AJ Styles just loses. Like, there's not much to note about this match. Nothing noteworthy. Like, I wouldn't go back to this match. I thought this match would be like a banger. So I was a bit disappointed in it. But it's not bad. I do give it like a C though. So a C for this match. Nothing great. Just something that's there. And in a weirdly placed match, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria and a returning Becky Lynch is the co-main event of WrestleMania 41. So this was supposed to be Bayley, but then they pulled Bayley out so that they could give us the surprise return of Becky Lynch, which wasn't much of a surprise, but it's a cool WrestleMania moment. And this match is just like average, kind of like it is just there. It's kind of there just for the Becky Lynch pop. It's not bad, but it's nothing special. At the end of the match, Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria win for a cool WrestleMania moment. Lyra Valkyria holds 2 belts while Becky Lynch comes back to a big win at WrestleMania. I give this match a C+, not bad, just kind of there, pretty average match, but cool moment to see Becky Lynch back. Now, in the main event of WrestleMania 41, Night 2, Cody Rhodes defends the undisputed WWE Championship against John Cena. Now, going into this match, I didn't really expect this to be a classic, which it did not need to be a classic match. It just had to be good enough. Like, it just didn't have to, it just couldn't be boring. That's my only thing, because obviously John Cena is old. He's pretty limited, and we've seen for the past few years he's not as good as he once was. Even, like, no matter what you thought of his in-ring work back in the day, he's still not as good as he once was. He's significantly older, so this match was mainly just there for that big moment of John Cena winning the 17th World Championship. So the match starts off with John Cena running around the ring, taking rest outside, which is pretty weird because for the past 20 years, we have never seen John Cena do any heel tactics within a match. And then John Cena dominates the early portion of the match playing the heel role, which was also weird to see. And then Cody had to make the comeback. John Cena does a heel move, doing the 5 moves of doom, super slow, shoulder tackle. Cody goes down. We wait, another shoulder tackle until John Cena works his way up to the AA. He hits an AA, he hits the super AA, Cody just kicks out, and then the referee gets knocked down because, you know, it's a WrestleMania main event that's got to have a lot of drama, so the refs got to go out cold. Travis Scott comes out, and when Travis comes out, I'm like, okay, this is cool to start building up to the big part of the match. And then Cody Rhodes hits Travis Scott with the crossroads. John Cena tries to hit Cody with the title. Cody catches the title, but then he can't hit Cena because he just wants to be a good guy. John Cena hits Cody with the low blow, hits Cody with the championship, and I'm like, ooh, okay, what's going to happen next? Who's coming out to help Cody? The ref takes his sweet time to get back into the ring because he's recovering. 1, 2, I'm like, okay, Cody is going to kick out. Let's see what's going to happen next. 3, like, you're telling me that the WWE just booked Travis Scott to be the main reason that John Cena wins his 17th world title. So obviously the big moment should have always been John Cena winning the 17th world title. However, this is not the way it should have been. Why is Travis Scott the main reason that John Cena won the title? Like, I'm fine with the way the title changed hands. I'm fine with the way the match ended. I feel like that John Cena should have won dirty. But for Travis Scott to be the main reason, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I know Travis Scott should have been a part of it because he was a part of the heel turn. So now he has to be part of this match, or else that just feels kind of pointless. But now if we go back to this historic moment, it's going to be marred because Travis Scott was always going to be a part of it. Like, why did that have to happen? And of course, The Rock just couldn't be bothered to show up. I know he's busy, but he definitely should have been a part of this if he was going to be a big part of the story. And some people are saying that the ending and the match were supposed to be back because John wants to ruin wrestling. But I don't see it that way because you can't just use the ruin wrestling excuse as the excuse to have bad matches and lazy booking. Like, that is not how it works. By ruin wrestling, I thought he meant metaphorically, meaning in storyline, he's going to take the title and run. But he might have actually just ruined wrestling with the ending. The ending is almost as bad as Jon Stewart costing John Cena at SummerSlam 2015. It just makes no sense. So you take an average match in ring, which it didn't even need to be a good match, but the match quality itself was about what it needed to be. So just with the big moment, it could elevate it to a B, but I'm just going C+ because that ending was so bad and could have, and actually did ruin the main event of WrestleMania. And I hate to be a hater, but genuinely, that ending was absolutely terrible. Anyways, those are my thoughts and grades on the matches of WrestleMania. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.